Okay, I can see people streaming in very well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to SX Experience Week. We are absolutely delighted to have you all here today. My name is Robin, and I'm part of the SX Business School Recruitment and Marketing team. Before we dive into today's session, I would like to take a moment to thank each of you for taking the time to join us. Whether you're joining us from Singapore, France, or somewhere else around the globe, we are thrilled to offer you a glimpse into what makes SX such a dynamic and exciting place to study. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Professor Guillaume, who will be presenting on to be a Tech-Trendsetter with Asia's #1 Master in Data Science and Business Analytics. Over to you, Professor.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here and to present to you our program, the Master in Data Sciences and Business Analytics, which has been running for a while, and I've been kind of the long run co-director of it, and it's been a pleasure to meet all the students everywhere, and always a pleasure to discover them all and to see like what the professional careers and what they become afterwards. So here today, I'm going to present to you roughly what this program is about, and we know about data and AI, all these topics. So don't hesitate. I mean, we'll have plenty of time for questions at the end, so I'll be looking forward to them. And if I start, well, basically, this is a joint program with School of Engineering, which used to call École Centrale de Paris, and now it's called Centrale Supélec because it's they merged with another school, and they're like a very, very vivid and active engineering school in France and worldwide. They have different partner institutions, Centrale in India, in China, in everywhere, like in Morocco, and lots of different countries where they work on a big network of such schools in France. But Centrale Supélec is kind of the leader of them, and it's part of the University of Paris-Saclay, which is the prominent university for sciences in France. And we have created this program about 10 years ago in 2014. And so it's been long running now, and it's been my pleasure to be the academic director since the beginning. And we have a team here. You see a team of 4 academic directors, 2 from ESSEC, the business school, and 2 from Centrale Supélec, the engineering school. And we also have an executive director. The executive director, Pierre Gallet, is really in charge of everything dealing with companies, like helping students, fostering their development and their career, and like really making sure that the program runs smoothly. And it's great because Pierre has been is actually an alumnus of the program, so he did the first cohort in 2015 and graduated then. So it's a great pleasure to work with him, and he's the point of contact for all students and companies continuously. So about this program, so at a glance, so basically, it's a program that was the first one. I mean, like you see here in 12 different items. So it's been it's been now running for 10 years. So we're celebrating this the 10-year anniversary this year, which means that we started from a small cohort of 15, and now we, depending the years, we're on average 180 students over 2 years. It's highly customized. If you see this, it's really in the sense that it's not a program that other schools may have. You do some business in the business school and some science in the science school. Essentially, what we do here is we mesh, and we kind of have made sure that we have a very comprehensive program over 1 or 2 years, depending on your background, where you keep alternating between courses where you learn about stuff and then you apply it, and then you understand the needs of the companies, and then you find solutions for that. So that's really something that is highly demanding, very different from other programs that you can see here and there. It's really like a complete blend of the 2 schools. That's very important. I'm going to stress that because it's something that, of course, means that it's more complex, overall, because have continuous interaction between 2 schools. But at the same time, we think that it delivers the best experience for students because you really learn a lot from both the 2 schools, from both schools, and that's really kind of something that is key to us. And you see a lot of professional experience, a lot of interaction with companies, and you keep going back and forth between them. So that's really important. And it's actually the first program between 2 schools in France that was recognized by the French Minister of Higher Education as really kind of worthy of their accreditation, and we've been working with them to team them. It is recognized as the first such programs in business analytics in Europe by the QS, and it's been like since the beginning we've been like top of the list. So number 3 in the US and the worldwide after the MIT and UCLA, And we're very happy because, lots of kind of US schools are coming up, Columbia and other different schools are coming up in the league, but we're still ahead of them. We focus in data sciences or business analytics. I'm going to take you a little bit through that, or AI and digital strategy. So that's kind of the majors, but we also have verticals, sectorial verticals and specialization I'm going to talk to you about. You can also do a dual degree with Columbia University. If you do the 2-year program, you would be doing the first year with us, and then the second year with Columbia, if you choose to do so. You can do it in France and Singapore. It's taught entirely in English, so entirely in English. As I said, 1 or 2 years. You're going to do an international study trip. We've written here Dublin, Silicon Valley, Hong Kong, because these are the study trips that we do for the school. For our group, we tend to stay in Europe because we're very international in terms of student population, about 30 nationalities on average in the program, and only 25% of French students, and like most of the students are coming from all over the place, all over the country, most countries from all continents, which means that for visa reason, we tend to stay within Europe when we travel with them because it simplifies our life a lot. You'll be doing a corporate research project and internships, a lot of professional experience, and again, I'm going to take you through that. And you also have an exchange program with HKUST, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, in FinTech or IS, Information Systems Management. So that's kind of the overall view of the program, and let's dig into it. So essentially, why? I mean, it's called data sciences and business analytics, and it's a DSBA, and we see like other schools have caught up with that, kind of taken the name that we designed 10 years ago, and we think that it's very important nowadays, and we want to retain the data science name, and we don't move to AI or this thing, because what we think is that we need to use to understand data. Data is a core of AI. It's a core of everything that we do nowadays for all companies. So you really need to understand the underpinnings of that, which means that you need to be super savvy in computer science, but also to understand the models that are being used, the mathematical tool there, because things are changing a lot. So we're not training you to get just a job now, but we're training you for your whole career and to stay over at the top of your field for many years to go. Whether you want to stay in like a data scientist or you want to have more managerial jobs, we think that it's super important that you understand everything. And we see that that's kind of a trend in AI nowadays, because in AI, that the users and the people who actually really kind of benefit from it and can design new products. And those people need to understand the maths and the logic behind, because we see that we have so much data nowadays that you need to be efficient and work with it. So that's why understanding data and data science is really essential. And then you also need to be able to place it in the company. And that's why we think of business analytics as a business expert. You need to understand and to talk to people in the company in all fields, all sectors, all practices, to say, okay, what are the needs? What do they want? What do they need? What do they do? And then you actually kind of understand from that, and that's actually why the business school here is really trying to provide as well, is this key understanding of business needs, so that you really kind of you can implement, do, and translate and understand and also manage the different teams. So that's really the key proposal of our master. And both schools are independent, so we're not attached. We're integrated in university as Centrale Supélec is with University Paris-Saclay, but we have a huge experience of kind of experimenting, creating new objects, being at the top of our game in interacting with companies and experimenting in new fields or new programs. So this is something that we like. In fact, we even have, we've liked this program so much at DSBA that we have created also a bachelor in AI data sciences and management. Sorry, AI data and management sciences, together between ESSEC Business School and Centrale Supélec. And there we train undergraduates, so bachelor programs from around the world as well, to get the core, the gist of what it is to work in a company using data and any kind of tools that are AI or data related, which means almost all the tools that company use. So this is what we do, and we think this is really key to the future of companies. In terms of how well we're doing, as I said, the master has been quite recognized worldwide, and every year we're like at the top of the league. So that's really kind of, it's very reassuring to us and to our students, knowing that it just means that we're doing something good here, and we actually are really kind of producing a lot of value for our students. And when they come here, this is really key. And also actually, no, the value of the program is really the key. When you look at the details of this ranking, you see that the value is really the most important item for the ranking for us. And then ESSEC and Centrale Supélec and Paris-Saclay, I mean, I hope that you've heard of us. I mean, that would be great. Essentially, ESSEC has been one of the top business schools in Europe for many years, and Centrale Supélec, top engineering schools in Europe as well, and it's part of University Paris-Saclay, which is among the top universities in sciences in the world, as per the Shanghai ranking, the top French university and the top in Europe, continental Europe. So this is really important because for us, we've been, we used to working together, and we used to be in the league of, what it is there. And in particular, at ESSEC, we have had a lot of sciences professors, really like top people coming from top university in the US, whether it might be the MIT, Harvard, Chicago, and everywhere. And this is really what is important. We are a very quantitative school, and that's why, working with Centrale Supélec was a natural to us, because we really know, what it is to do science, statistical learning, AI, and we've assembled a fantastic team, both in Singapore and in Paris, of professors that are really the top researchers worldwide. So I'm happy to answer any question of that if you want. But I want to stress, because the professor and we're very proud on the professor that we have in our school, in particular related to AI, data sciences, and statistics, and statistical learning, and optimization, and all the tools that are important, and also in the management aspect of that, and that's very important. Right, so now digging a little bit in the program itself. So the program is in 1 or 2 years, depending on your background. You can do 1 year, or you can do 2 years. If you do the 2-year program, meaning, I mean, basically when you apply, that's often a question we get, should I apply to the 1-year program, 2-year program? It's a master in 2 years. So if you've got a bachelor, which is only in 3 years, we have to take you into the 2-year program, because the master in that's kind of the European standard, like a master takes you to the 5-year after high school. So which means that if you've done only 3 years of undergrad, you have to do a 2-year program. Unless you've got a lot of professional experience that we can value as equivalent to a first year of the master. And this is something that we occasionally do. So that's one possibility. Or if you already have already a master's program, you're already a master's degree, or if you've done a bachelor in 4 years, then it would depend on your background. If you've done a lot of courses that are related to the first year of the program, then you may enter directly into the second year. But we want to make sure that if you enter directly in the second year, you are really, at the level where you can benefit the most from the program. So really, you need to be there, so that right from the start, because the program is very quick, and you learn so much that you need to make sure that, there's no misunderstanding of, the coding skills, statistical skills, math skills, and like your understanding of what a company is about, so that really benefit from the second year. Otherwise, we really recommend that you do the 2-year program. And the 2-year program is really kind of giving you the core of the engineering school that Centrale Supélec is. So in maths, coding, statistics, like data management, and the core of what the business school can offer in terms of, again, management, finance, economics, IT, information systems, all these kind of things like we can offer. And you see that, the first year is really the core of the two. So we have a campus in central Paris for the program, which is because, the two schools, if you know a bit of geography of Paris, the two schools are not close to one another. Paris-Saclay is in the south of Paris, and ESSEC is in the west of Paris. So what we do is we have a special campus for this program, for the first year and second year, and then students live nearby in a place I'm going to show you in a few minutes. So that's really the key thing. We want to focus and have the best experience for our students. So, the first year, I give you some kind of examples here of like courses that you may want to take. It's really kind of getting everybody to the same level to really kind of understand everything you can do to prepare you for data sciences. So we have, these are kind of the general courses that are management, data-driven management, and also sciences from computer science, maths, optimization, and data. And we also have more kind of professional courses when you learn what it is to be a data scientist, for instance, in a company. Okay, and then we have hackathon, we have all these elements. And you can do a professional internship if you want over summer, 3 or 4 months. I write 3 months here, but it can be also 4 months, depending on your wishes. So that between the first and the second year, you can do you can have this professional experience when you really apply what you do. And lots of our students actually do that. And that's kind of the first year. And after the end of first year, you have the option of actually going to your degree with Columbia, or you go embark in our second year in France or in Singapore or with exchange program. So we're very happy to have partnered with Columbia. It's a great school and the program there is fantastic. But we also believe that what we offer is actually even better. So we have the vast majority of our students stay in France to do our second year because it's really the key offer that we have here. And the second year, basically we're starting in September, October, depending on whether you come from the first year or you enter directly in the second year, which is called M1 or M2. Master 1 is the first year, M2, Master 2 is the second year. And so we have like induction at the beginning and lots of kind of refreshers, and then we have core courses. Core courses that are taking place in Paris campus, Central Paris campus near Montparnasse station. And then we have 7 core courses, which are marketing analytics, scalable data algorithms, forecasting and predictive analytics, optimization, machine learning, 2 levels depending on your private background, optimization and deep learning. That are core courses, and they're really kind of the intense courses that people do in the first semester until the end of, for example, this year will be at the end of 2024. If you join next year, will be the end of December 2025. And then once you've done that, you can embark to elective courses starting January. So January, you have about 22 electives you can choose from, and you pick and choose depending on what you want to do. And so basically, if you want to focus more data sciences, if you want to focus more business analytics, if you want to go to Singapore, you can choose the different majors. Data sciences major with Central Supélec, business analytics major with ESSEC, or AI and digital strategy in Singapore, or you can do an exchange program with Hong Kong. With the exchange program, will only take place from April to June, as does the Singapore leg of the program. It's only April to June. So you start in Paris and then you move to Singapore afterwards. So that's kind of the overall in terms of the scientific content. And I'm going to talk to you about the verticals and sectorial verticals you can talk about. But in parallel to that, of course, a lot of our programs and most of the courses are kind of based on projects that are offered by companies or projects that are designed by the professors. But it's really project based. You have some exams from time to time when the professor believes that it's important. You have a kind of written evaluation or oral evaluation. But most of the time we will work with groups. And in particular, we have what is called the corporate research project. We start in January. And from January to June, you're going to work 1 day a week in a company on a project that we've sourced with the company and we designed with the company, which is really something which gives you a first-hand experience working with data. And that we introduced about 4 years ago, and it's essential because we see that when you go to the job market, you can tell to companies, I have worked with actual company data projects. I have first-hand experience. I know what it is to work with a non-academic environment with data. I know what it is to clean the data, to think about the data, to kind of place the data on the proof of concept, on the offer that we do within the company. So I really have this kind of established experience, and that makes a massive difference to your interaction with in the the interview process. We also, of course, offer we've partnered with companies, and also there's some companies in the US that help you be the best in the interview process. So we have lots of career support. We have data, we're introducing this year data and AI fair with companies coming and present. We have lots of fairs, campus fairs at ESSEC and at Central Supélec, a lot of companies coming over. Could have presentations continuously throughout the year, but this is really pushing you to get the best job that you can. We'll have hackathons, of course, firsthand. International field trip. I'm going to have a slide in a second about that. And then at the end of all this kind of academic year, we ask you to do an internship in a topic that is related. It's an internship or directly a job. depending on your background, if you already got professional experience, you may want to start directly a job. If you don't have a professional experience, internship is often something which is nice to start with, because then in that case you really kind of, it's a way for you to try to be a bit external but internal at the same time. Internship is really a great opportunity to understand firm dynamics and everything. So it can be very valuable to you. But it can be a job if you prefer. And then but we ask you, that's also part of French requirements, but we ask you to do this first-hand experience in something which is related to the gist of the program, so data science and business analytics. It can be loosely related, but it has to be related, so that you really apply what you've learned, and then we can actually, in that case, kind of evaluate you, and you have to write a report, and then you graduate. Okay, so that's kind of at a glance the second year. And I was talking about the verticals, and each vertical or specialization is a set, among the 25 courses, elective courses we offer. You can mix and match, but they're like we've kind of set apart for each of these verticals, specialization, about 10 electives that are retargeted to this field, to this sector. So of course, finance. Now healthcare, we've introduced a lot of courses in health. We have one which is like marketing and consumer behavior, which is very small, very similar to retail, supply, and sustainability. So we have courses there. We have a bit of a different things. So depending on what you're interested in, online analytics or something like that. We have one which is more like consulting strategy oriented. If you want to do a PhD, if you want to do research, we also have the possibility for you to kind of take you towards a PhD, so that's research track. And what we call the international track is really if you go to Singapore, because then you have a different set of elective there that are really kind of the AI and digital strategy tools. So it's a mix of technical and AI strategy tools, and really a lot of understanding of the ecosystem of data and AI in Asia. So Singapore being the hub of that, of course. Right, I'm not going through that. I mean, it's in the brochure, if you understand. This is kind of, overview, by vertically, you have like, the core courses that you have, the core courses in the first column. You have some of the data sciences elective and examples in the second column. Third column is some of the embedded analytics elective. And I want to stress at the bottom, you really have, advanced applications of AI and business and data monetization. We have it's with Accor, a big hospitality chain that comes to us, and you have really like a first-hand experience. And we have a lot of courses like now also about Gen AI, generative AI, and how to handle that in a corporate context. So a lot of those. So you have Singapore and the exchange with Hong Kong. So that's kind of vertically some of the examples that of the courses that you can do. But it's not exhaustive because there's nothing related to health, for instance, here, and it's limited to strategy. Just a second year overview, we have integration and parties like with inter-cohorts. Cohort filling is very important. You're going to be trained in French, and this is very important if you want to work in France in particular. Depending on what the job, if you want to work for a startup or an international company or like a tech company, it's not a problem not to speak French. But if you want to work in consulting, for instance, learning some French is good, because some consultancies, if they're based in France and they have a French practice and not pan-European, then in that case, they may want to talk in French to their clients. So that's something you may want to consider. And we have lots of digital master classes that come through the year on company presentations, the field trip you see here, the destinations over the last couple of years. We can have hackathon, I say career center, company presentation, campus fairs. If you want to create your own startup, we have an entrepreneurship module. We have courses in data entrepreneurship, and we have a big incubator at Station F, the big incubator kind of hub in France. So if you want to do that, it's also a possibility, and you're like any kind of professional experience that you may want. In terms of recruitment, you see that this is like from a couple of years ago. So I haven't updated the data because I haven't got the latest figure. We're doing right now the survey. So this is some companies that people I think last time when working for. So you see that Amazon, whatever, Meta, and all those are kind of important. Information communication technologies is also very important. A lot of finance in the past, consulting. You see lots of consulting companies and others, and you see that, and list of profession that people take is quite wide. And I recommend that you have a look at the alumni on LinkedIn, the alumni of our program, on the the ESSEC Central Supélec Master in Data Sciences and Business Analytics LinkedIn page. Don't hesitate. And then you see that, this kind of location where people have been working throughout Europe. We have quite a few, and people just, well, depending where you come from. I mean, you may be coming to France for this program, and may want to come back to your country, or may want to stay in Europe. I mean, or to move on to another place. It varies. Right, and then this is kind of this is again this is last year cohort. This is kind of what we have essentially, just to let you know, that is, we tend to be on average 40%, 45% female, 60% male. So we're unfortunately not 50-50, but we're very close to being a half women and men, and that's something that is very important to us. We even have special scholarships, women in data sciences, and we think it's essential that we foster this. People come from a wider range of backgrounds. So you see that, in M1 and M2, including former M1. So depending on whether you do a 2-year program or 1-year program, you have, different backgrounds, and we actually value any kind of background. But of course, we adapt depending on what you've done before and whether we accept you in M1 or M2. And the age profile you see on the top right is actually quite large, which means that a lot of our students have some professional experience. And I mean that because it's important. A lot of them think, well, they've been working for a few years, and rather than doing an MBA or something like that, they do our program, which is like a 1-year or 2-year, doing the same as an MBA, really kind of but with a focus on data and AI and analytics. So really kind of catching up with this revolution that we've been going through in the last 15-20 years, and really kind of projecting themselves into the future through that, rather than doing a standard MBA, which is like more board based. And that's why we see a lot. So don't take that into account. And you see the GMAT and GRE score that are the median ones, so that we target in general. All right. In terms of location, I said that we had a campus in Paris, central Paris. We do have what is near Gare Montparnasse, so it's like south or southwest of central Paris. And our students stay at Cité Universitaire de Paris, which is CIUP. I recommend that you have a look on the website, the Cité Internationale Universitaire de Paris, CIUP. That's where we book rooms for you. And honestly, this is kind of, I think, the best international experience you can have in Paris. Is, the premises are fantastic. It was created in the early 20th century, and this is what you see here, the International House. That's kind of the main building. But about 40, I think it's about 40 different countries have created a house on this park, essentially this campus. And so all countries have created a house with the architectural style. And students from all around the world stay in those houses with, depending on the country. I mean, it could be the country of origin. For instance, if you're Japan, you can say Japanese house. If you're from Lebanon, you can say Lebanese house. If you're Brazil, you can say Brazilian house. Cambodia house, or wherever. But also, or Italy, I mean, or the European as well. Or you can stay in like transversal one. You can stay in other ones that are different from yours. And this is extremely international. This is super well located to go to the Paris campus, go to both schools. If you want to go Paris-Saclay, Central Supélec in the south, you're going to ESSEC as well. It's on the suburban train, right on the station, the suburban train that takes you there. So location is fantastic. It's central Paris. It's super national, and lots of things to do there. And really, like, it's compared to being on a campus outside Paris, as you would if you were on our campuses or other schools. This makes huge difference to our students, and that's really, they say, their life in the program is a lot better. And that's also why we took this campus in Paris, because we want to avoid you commuting, and we really want to take to have the best kind of experience, so that you're not tired. You just you focus on your life within the program, and you also have fun outside on weekends, and then you really kind of you do all this. So that's very important to us. Although, as you see in the background, this is a photo of our campus, ESSEC campus. So it's really a very nice campus. But you will come to it, of course. But don't hesitate to do that. So I'm going to move to the Q&A section. But if this is if Financial Times and QS ranking. But if you want to have any more information beyond the Q&A we're going to have right now, You see the email address asec.asia@asec.edu. Don't hesitate, and the team there will be answering all your other questions that you may have and providing more details. So this is, I've been going fast and speaking very fast. I hope that was easy to follow in spite of that. So this is, like a half-hour presentation of our program. This is your DSBA, but of course, as I said, we have a bachelor's, same, you have master's in entrepreneurship. I've joined between the two schools, and of course, the wealth of things on offer at ESSEC. Don't hesitate, you have questions that go beyond the DSBA, this program, and if you want to do, if you're interested in anything related to data and AI, because I'm a professor at ESSEC, but also the academic director of the Meta Lab for Data, Technology, and Society, which is like really the kind of one of three strategic axes of ESSEC, like, everything data on AI related in the school. So don't hesitate if you have any questions about, the school positioning on AI. And we have great things, student associations. We have a think tank that have been kind of helping students to create last few years on thinking about AI and data on blockchain and everything, this transformation was a metaverse a couple of years ago, and alignment between machines and humans and all these kind of questions. Don't hesitate, go to the MetaLab website. So it's MetaLab, ESSEC MetaLab, metalab.essec.edu. I do recommend that you have a look. You see there's, it's a fantastic time we're living through, and, things are great. Of course, people are worried from time to time, but we believe at ESSEC that we can, we can really unleash the power of data and AI for the good, and we can do fantastic things with that. We just have to be very careful, and that's what we try to do at the Meta Lab. I'm going to stop here to give you time for Q&As, and so please, I go give the hand back to Kevin and maybe Robin, sorry, to Robin, if he wants to take over and tell me what how we proceed with the questions.
Thank you, Professor. We have some questions here. Number one, can the course be done fully online?
No, unfortunately, no. We really believe in cohort feeding still for this program. So this is really a physical program. We have other modules online which are lighter, and we may launch an online version of this in a couple of years, but not now. For now, we really believe this is something that is interesting to do. Also because we adapt continuously throughout the year. We adapt so much that we want to make sure that we have this interaction. Also, international cohorts are really something that is valuable. But we also understand fully the benefit of doing online. But we have all the modules online. If you go to ESSEC and Central Supélec, you'll see that there are all modules, but not this program.
Thank you, Prof. The next question, what are the requirements to graduate from the program? Is there a dissertation or only the internship is sufficient?
So basically you have to pass the courses, and that's the main, the courses are highly demanding. Though that's really now those are the courses that some, so our professors are really kind of very highly, the courses are difficult to pass. Every year, we ensure that people do pass them, but it's a commitment from our part to do everything we can to help you succeed, as long as you do everything you can to help you succeed. So it's a joint commitment. So that's why students who come here are very motivated, and they do work a lot, and we help them do that. So that's really, and every year we see that it works. So we're very happy with that. But so yeah, the courses, a corporate research project, you have to do a good job there. So and then you have the internship, and then you have a report to do at the end of the internship. If you want to do a PhD, you can actually do or if you want to do a research internship in a research center, quite a few of our students do, but not many, but some. And this is also a possibility, but we don't require a master thesis. So you can do whether you can choose it as a professional program, or you can do it as a research program, depending on what your interest lies in.
Is it compulsory to have subjects related to business analytics in the program?
Sorry, to have some what? Sorry, I didn't get.
To have subjects related to business analytics.
You mean to take some courses? Yeah, so well, you say that you have to take courses from both schools. It's a joint program between two schools, and we believe that it's important to take courses from both schools. So you have to take courses in data science and some courses in business analytics. That's a minimum requirement of 2 for them. And you see that courses that in business analytics are actually quite advanced. I mean, they are more targeted towards social sciences, so rather than just pure computer science or pure maths. But they're really more targeted towards management. They're highly technical as well. And actually, I've stopped teaching the course in forecasting because I didn't have the time in the last couple of years. But my colleagues, I've got great colleagues, have taken over. And this one, has been often considered, also as business analytics, one of the toughest courses in the program. So it's something that is, we do not think that, by doing business analytics, it's not as scientific. It's highly scientific. So if you're interested in data sciences, you need to understand the statistical learning aspect and the decision analytics aspect, how you actually do use a maths and computer science and data to make a decision. And that's what analytics is about.
The next question, with a liberal arts background and no quantitative courses, how should I remedy if I want to apply for the program?
If you have a liberal arts background, what you should do first is convince yourself that it's a program that you're interested in, because it's a commitment on your part. It's an investment for you because you're going to invest 2 years of your life, and this is your graduate experience. So that's very important. So what I recommend is that you actually learn about the stuff beforehand, so that you really you make sure that this is what you want, and you don't just do it because it's a fad. Because with a good liberal background, you can do whatever you want. That is scientific or non-scientific, but you just need to make sure that you choose what you'd like. So yeah, a lot of things out there. There are MOOCs. You can take courses. You can summer schools if you want to try something with more intensive, and do learn about maths, about computer science, about statistics if you want, and or kind of quantitative finance if that's what you're interested, or quantitative whatever, logistics, supply chain management. Just do some quantitative courses, learn about it, figure out whether this is for you. And once you're convinced this is for you, then it means that you take pleasure in it, and you'll be learning by yourself just naturally by just wanting to do more. And once you've done a bit more of that, you've just you have this experience, then you'll be convinced that this program is for you. Because I want to stress, this is a program. I was saying, I mean, the reason why we are well ranked is because it's a demanding program. You're not just going to do management courses, which are soft skills, which could be super difficult with a flavor of data. It's really kind of we build everything on data to provide solutions. So it's a program which, in terms of maths, in terms of statistics, in terms of coding, in terms of soft skills, isn't very important. It's very demanding. So learn about all that and see whether this is for you.
Is there a max age limit for this program?
I think the max age we've had so far was about 32, 33. We've had applicants up till late 30s, maybe 40, 42. We don't see, no, we don't have I mean, okay, maybe 60, okay, maybe that would be, I don't know. I mean, it's a professional program, so it just depends. But we don't have a notional limit. We really look at each candidate and like appraise their profile and their background, their experience, and see why it matters. This being said, it depends of the stage of your life where you are. It may be difficult to go back to school for 2 years if you haven't done anything. If you've done like stuff that is related to this and you want to brush up and to get to advance, and you're applying for the 1 year program only, then it depends on how ready you are for it. But then yeah, so that's what we do. But we have students with with a lot of experience and background, and we actually think it's super valuable in the program. So we are very happy to have them. But it has to be a match, and it has to be for you something that is not too difficult. Going back to school, it's not super easy when you're not used to it anymore. It's just having to sit all day, and in this environment, it's you have to be getting used to it again. But if you're up to it, then yes, definitely. I mean, we don't have any problem with any kind of age limit or any kind.
What type of courses are included in the healthcare specialization?
So healthcare, what we have is we have a lot on computer vision. So that's something that we're introducing a lot. Basically, Central Supélec is a big research center on health and computer vision on AI and data sciences. And I'm also part of a program with them when we work on oncology, so cancer treatment through machine learning and AI. And they have big research center with the top hospitals in France and in Europe. So this is a big thing. So we have, computer vision and AI and data related, medicine. And also we have a chair, a corporate chair at ESSEC on health and biotech. So people who join for the health, want to do the health specialization, we'll also be interacting with the students from the master in management that we have here they are focusing on health and biotech. And so being by hackathon, meeting professionals and learning really the kind of the background of that and how things, the sector has been transformed by AI and data. And so basically that's kind of it's a bit of tech, a bit of AI, a lot of data, a lot of management and understanding of the corporate sector.
Next question. What's the proportion of students with a business school undergraduate, and how do they usually perform based on your experience?
I would say that business school, it depends. Business school undergrad, we have quite a lot. Then often they do the 2-year program. They enter in the M1, and they do well. I mean, this we have a lot. I mean, basically, if I'm thinking, for instance, Bocconi, we have a lot of Italians from Bocconi, and they all have a business background, economics maybe a bit, but mostly management, and they perform extremely well. I mean, some of the top students are in the end of them to come from the M1 and from business background in the past. So we even have students from we've had a couple of students from some Swiss hospitality schools. So we know in hospitality, they do a lot of analytics nowadays, quant and computer science, because it has become super important if you want to run a hotel chain or anything related to hospitality, to be quite versed into data. So we also have undergrads from this background, and they also do very well. So no, I mean, what we care about is your potential and your interests. If you're motivated, if you show that you can understand, you can adapt to this, and you're willing to do it, then there's no issue whatsoever. And we see that so students can be some of the best. So yeah, I mean, I would recommend that you now do talk to alumni. I mean, look online and contact them on LinkedIn and see if you want to have. We also have student ambassadors. If you go to the website of the program, you see that you can contact people here in Singapore or in Paris, and don't hesitate and reach out to students. And you see that no matter what your background is, what matters is your potential and your willingness to move to do this.
Sorry, last question. Is there an opportunity to study at the Morocco campus for a period of time? I would like to learn more about global study opportunities and internship opportunities.
Right. No, Ryan, unfortunately, yes. That's a very good question. With Morocco, we're going to launch a program with probably with Central Casablanca next year, which but it's going to take time to settle because you need first cohort or second cohort or things like that. But then we'll be with some data engineering focus. Yes, so definitely. Then in that case, I would be. It depends if you apply now. Maybe next year will not be already possible. But it's something we're considering definitely for the future. In terms of international exposure, basically, it really depends on our students. So a lot of our students work in Europe. Some work in the US afterwards. We've got quite a few that go to Latin America. Many go back to India or China if they come from there. So that's, I mean, actually, I would say that with Chinese students, more Chinese students go to China than Indian students go to India, from what I've seen. Of course, you may want to go to Singapore. Quite a few alumni based in Singapore nowadays. Other places in Asia. So that's in terms of internships and work experience. In terms of exchanges, we have this one with Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. We haven't developed a lot of exchanges right now because we already spent a lot of time on getting a program that is really well tailored. And to be honest, we haven't found many other schools that have this meshing of, this kind of this level of involvement between an engineering school and business school. And, actually hardly any school has gone at that far, because you may have business analytics in the US in some programs, but they're really kind of, they don't do data science really. So you can take some extra courses in the university if the courses are on offer, but we don't have that. And the data sciences course are really run by science departments, and not with the business acumen that we develop. So we are actually still looking, and we're developing a new exchange when we can. So for example, HKUST FinTech, we offer this in exchange in FinTech, and they see, because they see a gem that they have there. They're fantastic in FinTech, and we really believe that you can benefit a lot from going there. But we're really very careful in terms of the exchange that we do. So in terms of work, I mean, in terms of companies, all our students kind of tend to work in Europe. Amazon recruits mostly outside of France. Google is in Dublin, in Ireland. That's kind of Euro-wide. That's not an issue. And then US, it depends on background, your experience. You have to contact people in that case, and reach out for them. But we have quite a few alumni there as well, so don't hesitate to reach out to them if you'd like.
That's all the question we have, Professor.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks to everyone. Sorry, we have to stop. I also have to rush because I have a course starting very soon. So yeah, so please contact UC ejec.asia@isec.edu. Please reach out if you want, and reach out. We hope that you can like it. It's really, as I said, it's been exciting to run this program for the last 10 years. It's the transformational aspect of it is incredible. Students arrive, and when they come out of the program, they're just like, wow, I'm just a different person. I know so much more. It's been demanding, but they've learned so much, and it's complete game changer for them. So, it's just great. And we keep meeting the alumni. It's as a professor, as an academic, it's something you rarely see, this level of transformation. So it's really super exciting for us, and for me in particular. So I hope that you'll be candidating, applying to us. It'd be fantastic. We love to have students from all over the world. It's really it's great with this program. So please do so, and reach out if you'd like. And I'm available also on LinkedIn. I don't reply very quickly from that time, and normally I do reply. So bear with me if I take a few days, but I will reply to questions if you have any. Thank you so much.
This brings us to the end of today's webinar. We hope you enjoyed the session as much as we did putting it together. For more information on the program, please visit the website we have put in the link in the chat, and we hope you have a pleasant day ahead. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Prof.